Welcome to Bodega Babiez podcast.
Yeah, we're back, yo. I think you should lead the way.
You want me to lead the way?
Yeah, you.
How about we do it like this, because obviously, as you guys can see, the boy Era, aka the baby Jovito, is not here today.
Change out the scenery. I like it though.
Yeah, so he's not here. He'll hopefully be back by next week. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But besides that, how's everybody doing, man? Happy Halloween, yo! Happy Halloween. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing well. You guys do anything yesterday?
Nah, bro.
Nah.
Chill. Actually, this was the first Halloween I didn't do anything. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I had to go out, yo. I had to.
I know. I saw you.
I had a rough week.
You look like a communist, bro.
Yeah, well, my was fine, right?
It was cool.
You such a damn hater.
How am I a hater, bro? It was cool. It was cool.
That's fucking wild.
But from like a scale of like 1 to 10, I give it like a 7.5.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean it was cool. Like I ain't saying it was trash.
I mean, I got compliments on it, so that's fine.
Word. Where'd you get the hat from?
Cuba.
Kangoo.
Oh yeah, the kangaroo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kango hat. Okay,
Kango,
LL Cool J.
That shit's fire, yo.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I definitely liked the outfit. It was different. I was like, I didn't get it at first. I'm looking. I'm like, what is he doing?
Oh, here, let me show you.
Yeah.
I was literally like trying to figure it out. I was like, why
If
is
you
my
saw the
man?
music video, you would have.
Yeah.
I get it, but I was watching. Okay, makes sense.
But
now.
if anything, I'll show you like the.
Because I saw the picture when he posted it up,
Yeah.
and I was thinking to myself, I was like, why does my man look like he about to sell me a whole bag of coke for no reason? Okay, what is those Jordan 4s?
Nah,
Yeah, those are 4s.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't have all red shoes. I don't know about you guys.
Why
I
not?
Yeah.
It's just ugly.
You wouldn't wear the
All red?
Red Octobers?
Oh.
I mean, I never had all red. Like, it need a
But I'm asking you a
another
question.
color. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? At this moment in time, no.
Okay, makes sense.
Those are tough.
Except for like the new foam runners, I would have definitely rocked them shits.
Yeah, but you can wear socks under them and make it different.
Yeah, it would be a different color. But I'm saying all solid red shoes. I wasn't feeling that.
Or the LaMelo joints. They're all red.
I don't know.
Bro,
work?
I've never had all red shoes.
It's for specific events. You can't do that on the
Nah,
regular.
yeah.
Yeah, like for that outfit, I feel like I needed to go with that cheetah print Saint Laurent shoes.
Those are Vans.
No, it's Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent's? I thought they were Vans.
It's Saint Laurent.
Okay, big money. See, now I know why he don't be having money. It makes sense to me now.
Nah,
He
I
spends
didn't
his
buy-
money on
nah,
designer and
listen,
shorts.
I didn't buy.
Makes
I didn't
sense.
pay the full price, yo. I got it off a friend, yo. So don't worry about that.
Mad bread, yo.
Nah, it's
Nah.
just wild.
But anyway, how was y'all week? Everything good? Everybody's week was good?
No, my week was fucking very nerve wracking. It's fucking
Yeah?
horrible.
You felt? Did you
Fucking
face any
overthinking.
repercussions of the podcast?
Bro, I was just in my head all fucking two. Nah, I was most of the week. I was in my head. And I ain't gonna lie. Last week. Oh my god.
Yeah, it did it to you. How you feel about last week, Brandon? I know you.
Oh, you weren't able to talk about
Yeah.
it.
No, yeah,
I
You-
would say,
you
yeah.
as
The
a
outside perspective.
no, but you weren't even a part of the pod. But
Oh, no, yeah,
but
yeah.
outside
Yeah.
of that,
Well, I was
what do
there,
you think, yo?
No, it was funny.
It was funny. Of course, it was funny. It has to happen to you, yo.
I
Fuck.
swear, bro. I thought she just saw, and I thought that she I don't know if she snitched or whatever, but I don't know your cousin like that, but I thought she had told her and all this stuff, and I was like, damn, this guy got caught. But
I'm gonna keep it a
Good
thousand.
thing.
Even if she did see me kissing somebody else, it could have gone two possible ways.
Mhm.
One, she wouldn't have given a fuck,
yeah, of
or
course.
two, she would have given a fuck and she wouldn't have showed it,
Or,
and she wouldn't. And if she did see it, I don't think she would have told my cousin anything.
yeah, she would have kept it in.
She would just been like, "Oh, okay, so this is how you tell me one thing, but then you do this." So I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. This is actually the most sober I saw, even though you was kind of tipsy. This because I remember the last time I think we went to, was it 46 Lounge?
Oh, it was destroyed.
bro.
I didn't think it was
Bro.
right.
That was
I
the best
drove-
time, bro.
Yeah.
It was like
How was you?
How,
I was dead as you. Like it was, but like times 10.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He got in my car, and I think it was your cousin's man came up to me and said, "Yo, make sure he gets home safe." I was like, I got him, bro." You're like, "Yo, pull over."
Yeah, bro, you gotta give that warning, bro. Gotta give that warning.
And I think Santi, I picked you out. We got to your house. He's pictured like a little baby, like this, walking up your stairs over here.
Bro, my other cousin, Nicole, sends me the video of when I was just slumped in bed.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't even take my clothes off. I just like fell asleep in the whole
Bro,
nice ass outfit.
You ever get butt ass when you get home after a night of drinking? I do. Like I'll come home, I'm drunk. I just start getting butt ass and I fall asleep in bed. But I'll leave my socks on just in case,
Just, yeah,
so that
word.
everybody knows it's not gay. That's it. But I get butt ass.
But
That'll
does
do
that
it.
mean it was good night?
Oh, it was a great night.
Oh, okay.
It was a great
Yeah.
night. Like after drinking with you with you
The
guys, just
homies,
going
yeah.
out having a
If
good
you got
time.
nice comforters, nice mattress,
No, bro.
That's
It's
it.
like I
Like
have a
heaven.
queen size bed, bro. So definitely I'm
yeah, it's
sleeping butt ass.
perfect.
Yeah. My comforter gonna feel these sacks. You feel me?
Right.
But yeah. Besides that, what was your take on the end of the night? Because obviously the end of the night ended a little bit differently.
Yeah. I mean, we were walking, bro. It took us. I don't know why it took us 20 minutes from my car. For some reason, why?
We
But I was
walked
kind of
past
litty.
it. I don't understand how. That
Yeah, I swear.
I think
didn't.
because
And
I was distracting us from going
Yeah.
off as how heated I was at what the fuck I had just done. I was like, fuck, bro. Because I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't remember saying bye to her. That's how mad I was.
You said bye to her inside the club.
Yeah,
But
when
then
we
you
were
walked
outside.
past her when we went outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just told my cousin, I was like, get home safe.
Literally, she was standing right next to her too.
And I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Yo, you were mad
Man,
though.
bro, you were really butthurt, yo.
At my, because of what I did, yeah. If it wasn't for that, then I think I would have been fine.
But I mean, again, I told you it's not.
I was just
It's like the great philosopher over here said. What did you say earlier?
timing might not be right or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
timing may not be right.
Could be the right person, wrong time, or a wrong time, wrong person. That's how I
Wrong
think
time,
it
right
took.
person.
Or maybe
wrong
she's
time, right
feeling
position.
you. She's just feeling it out.
I mean, we don't know, yeah. I don't even know. I'm gonna let you read that
tough.
damn text.
Oh God.
I don't think
Oh,
any
yeah.
final decision has been made.
Yo, this guy is fucking. This guy.
You're so optimistic for him,
Bro,
yo.
he's better than I am. Cause I thought I was optimistic for you guys. Nah, this guy is it.
Kiss his forehead, man. Maybe you'll get some good
Air,
luck.
air pound, yo.
I gotta
Yeah, bro.
invoice you later.
But besides that, my week was great. Thank you for asking.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about his week.
No, you.
Nah, you
No,
go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Continue, man. Sorry, my bad. Yo.
Nah, you good. You good.
We talk about anybody's week. We just talk about stories.
Hey, man.
Nah, my week.
But go ahead, man. How was your week, man?
No, it was good. I'm in this career transition right now, my job.
Okay.
So I'm a personal training manager right now, even though I look like I work out. Been at the company for like 3 years. And currently I'm in my master's program. So I'm just trying to get the experience and everything. So I applied to this position. It's a missions counselor in Parsippany. And I had my third interview Tuesday. So far, so good. I'm trying to get into the swing of things and try and get my career going because I'm not saying I hate personal training, but it's not my passion. My passion is being in education, higher education, and just helping students and just basically using my story because I have like an educational story, which is again in this book that I wrote based off that. Yeah, we'll talk about that
For the
later.
people that don't know this is one of my very close friends, Brandon King. Bro, I mean, how long has it been that we've like been real tight?
I would say CCM. We knew each other in high school though, but
Yeah.
CCM really got us. And
Yeah,
that
that's
was,
one of a real one right here for sure. We
Appreciate it.
having you here.
yeah, thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
But yeah, continue. Just want to let people know.
No, you're good,
Brandon
you're
King
good.
is here. He was our guest for today.
All good. So I applied. Like I said, the lady's gonna call me on Tuesday. But other than that, just laying low. This week I knew it was Halloween. I just wanted to chill out, focus up a little bit on things I got going on. Right now I'm working on my car situation, so I'm trying to get into a new car, and then see what's next. But I'm just trying to cross off things before the new year ends because shit is like 8 weeks till the end of the year.
Yeah, right around
Yeah,
the corner.
man.
It's crazy. So I'm
What
just
about
trying
you,
to.
how's your week?
Honestly, man, everything's going great, man. I'm chilling. Everybody at my job wants me to move up, so I'm working towards that. Just that obviously everybody has. Everybody's a work in progress. Certain things that you have to work on. So there's a few things that I have to work on at work. We already had our conversation. But besides that, I definitely want to work my way up in the company. Again, like I said, man, I love working for Nike. I think it's probably one of the best career changes in retail that I've done in a while. So, the main goal is hopefully end up in HQ in Oregon. That's where I really want to be. Me and my other coworker, Jordan, shout out to Jordan. We always talk about it all the time. We're like, yo, main goal, get to Oregon. That's where it's at. So besides that, I had a great week. Chilled, busy, working, starting to get my meal prep together. And and just try and get these gains, man. That's it. I'm trying to look good.
For real.
Get ready for next year. You feel me?
I like it. What about you, brother?
How was your week, Mahmud?
I was staying safe. Saturday, I don't know if they still do it out here, but in Patterson, they still do mischief night or goosey night.
Oh, okay.
So if
You
you're
got
driving
hit?
around there, you
Did it?
might get hit with an egg. you
People
know?
got hit, yo?
No, I didn't.
No,
I
but I'm
stayed
saying,
home.
do you
I
know
stayed
people,
safe.
do you know people got hit?
Yeah, a couple. They still do it. They still do it outside.
Yeah, keep
so.
tradition alive.
Bro,
Yeah.
I wish Brian was here, Era, to tell the time that we went out for mischief night,
Yeah.
and one of our crazy boys was driving, and he had I think he had an Acura at the time. Whatever the fuck car he had, that shit was fast as fuck. We ended up hitting a truck. That motherfucker started following us.
Damn.
Bro, this man somehow did the most to get away from this truck, bro. I felt like my life was in danger. It was insane because I was sitting in the back. So you know when you sit in the back, you don't wear a seatbelt.
What?
I don't know about
Yeah,
anybody that wears a seatbelt in the back. I'm gonna be honest with you. So me and our boy, his nickname was Cockroach. His name was Matt, but we called him Cockroach because of his last name. He was in the back with me. We're just like moving, like, oh shit, like, bro, we're not gonna make it tonight. So after that, I was like, you know what, mischief night is not for me anymore. Yeah.
I mean, it happens.
So-
I mean, I think I participated in one time, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
God forbid I get caught. It's over. Deported.
We got assholes they'll boil the egg and throw hard boiled eggs.
Oh damn.
So it feels like a gunshot when it hits
That's
your window.
crazy.
Damn, that's
It's-
fucking nuts.
Or you know you're
It'll
different.
break your window if
I
Well,
mean,
Depending.
Duh.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Damn, that's crazy.
that's
That's good, man.
crazy.
But besides that, welcome to episode 109. Yeah, I think it's 109 Bodega Babiez podcast. We are back. We are recording on Halloween. You will get this on November 2nd or November 3rd for the video. But yeah, welcome to another episode. I just want to start off, shout out to all the subscribers. We gained 10 subscribers literally in a week. That's
Nice.
great.
Crazy.
That's awesome.
Cool.
You know, we've been posting up shorts every day. Funny as fuck. My favorite is still last week's, man.
Man, fuck
Yeah,
you, yo.
that shit was
Hey,
hilarious.
yo, this
So
guy
I have a
funny.
confession to make. You're gay. Knew it.
Bro, this guy
Bro.
doesn't let me finish my sentence.
But
I hope
one-
they watch the episode like the Chappelle situation.
I
you know?
hope so. But one of our shorts did break 1,000 views, so shout out to that, man.
That's nice.
Thank you to everybody who's been keeping in touch with the podcast. We're slowly growing, slowly but surely, you know. But again, everything is a process. Everything is patience. You know, it's what they say: 10 years of hard work, and they'll think you're an overnight success. So, but besides that, again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. And and we here, man. We here. Couldn't be more proud of us, man.
Yeah,
Couldn't be more
that's-
proud of
that's
us.
nuts.
Please send us messages.
Yeah.
We
Any idea?
and
we don't
st-
ignore anyone. So.
We started the YouTube in the first week of the year. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we started in January, the first week. Literally that New Year's week. And then, slowly but surely still trying to figure it out, the editing, the quality, and just doing our homework on obviously the shorts, reels, TikToks, and just trying to figure out, the algorithm. So, but it seems to be working in our favor. So again, we're just trying to figure it out, and we're slowly progressing.
I mean, that is true, yo. I'm not gonna lie. What made you get into the shorts?
So they pop up randomly, like as you're scrolling through your feed, like your your recommendations.
Yeah.
They'll pop up on there.
Okay.
So sometimes it's like certain clickbait shit that you want to see. Like it'll be like a video of Mike Tyson or a video of Logan Paul against Mayweather, etc. Like that. It's just little clickbait shit. But
They give it more priority also because I noticed like it'll come up before the episode does. Out of all the stuff that I follow, the shorts come up.
Nice.
They're right up on top.
Is this something new for you too?
yeah,
Oh, okay, because I never knew about that.
yeah. I mean, they started the shorts when like midway through the year.
Yeah.
It was like a new iteration of it because they're trying. It's smart because they're trying to keep up with TikTok.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I don't think anybody can really keep up with TikTok right now.
Got you.
So, but besides that, I saw it. I did my homework on it, because I also did my homework on the reels on IG. Like I told Era, I was like, instead of posting the reel as a reel itself, post it as a video on your profile on your page,
Because it'll get more views.
Yeah,
and-
more engagement. Your followers will see it, and the more engagement from your followers, the algorithm will push it to more people for them to see it.
Plus, they can even, my bad, control. They can even share it from his personal profile.
Exactly, and
So-
then I'd also, again, they'll see it on the algorithms on the Discover page, and they'll be like, "Oh, let me check this person out." So it also leads into them checking your profile.
Word.
You just gotta check the analytics, and it works. And that's the same thing that's happening right now with the YouTube Shorts. It's really progressing and pushing us into getting those subscribers, and it's dope.
That's what's up, yo.
It's awesome.
I like
man.
that. Congrats to us.
No, facts.
He's doing great, man. I wish Era was here, man. I want to hug him. I miss you, man.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, bro.
But yeah, man. What do you guys want to talk about first? What do you want to get into? You want to get straight into music, knock that out the way, or you want to get into some topics?
I'd like to get into something local, actually, at my brother's school.
Okay.
This is something that we probably expected to happen. I just didn't expect it so soon. So they just recently had their prom. Not recently, like a couple months back, they had their prom. So the king and queen that were voted were actually a lesbian couple.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So the king was a female and the queen was a female. What the school did is created 2 more kings to allow the males chances. But then that kind of degrades the title of being king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had the event. There was 3 kings, 1 female, 2 males, and then 1 queen, right? And then 2 months later, they had a protest. Like, why'd you do that?
Oh,
wow.
Who did the
shit,
protest? The
backfired.
kids?
The kids.
Oh,
The
shit.
kids, and it was a good majority of them too. So
Wow.
that was something new for me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have just left it as is. Like,
Just 1 king,
yeah,
1 queen, right?
and that's fine. Doesn't have to be in your perspective of like, oh, it has to be a fucking guy or a girl. Just let it be.
Yeah, I think that's where they went wrong. Like just trying to categorize it.
Well, you got to understand, like, the people that put the event together, they're older, they're more traditional. And
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what I was
like-
gonna say. Like I feel like they should have never brought that into
I think.
their ideology.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
should have never brought their ideology into something so simple.
Yeah.
And then like I like I'm watching everything as it transitions nowadays. And stuff like that obviously, it definitely sets a learning curve that a lot of the older generation needs.
Yeah.
Because again, it's all traditional. We're all used to traditional things, there's nothing wrong with, whatever it is that's happening.
Yeah.
Or their ideology is not wrong, but it's just the way that they were brought up. That's just how the older generation
But at
is.
the same time, like, our generation is a generation that willingly accepts change.
Yeah.
I feel like the older generation, they went through like 50, 60, 70 years without anything crazy happening.
Mm-hmm.
We get something crazy every year.
I agree. I agree. I mean, because I just find this subject matter funny because then it brings me to, I don't know if you guys saw that they're trying to cancel Michael Myers, saying that he was homophobic for
I
killing
heard
a
that.
gay person.
Yeah, I saw
Bro.
that. Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, so there's like this is why I'm not neither here or there for these type of like
But I'd rather just not even
topics.
talk about it.
Like I'm all for LGBTQ plus community. I'm all for everybody having equality,
Right.
per se, of like whatever it is that you want to be, their pronouns and stuff like that. I'm all here for it. But when I see bullshit like that, like they're trying to cancel Michael Myers for killing a gay person, bro, they've been killing blacks, Hispanics, white women for like
Now it's their turn.
forever, bro.
That wasn't hard.
Like,
Now it's
bro,
their turn. It's like,
yeah, let's
No
be
way.
honest. Stereotypically, they always kill the black person first at the beginning of every horror movie. They
yeah.
never survived a horror movie.
that's true.
And if they did survive a horror movie, it was like, oh shit, like he actually made it. Or
Yeah.
she made it. So it's just like, I find that so, like, there's so many wrongs and rights when it comes to the community. And I've been really keeping up with it because again, I'm still very in tune with the whole Dave Chappelle thing going on.
Yeah.
Like I'm really invested into that. The only reason I say that is because you start to see the sides of everything. and I've been watching also videos of how people say that even the LGBTQ plus community don't even support each other amongst the community.
Right.
That they're all separate and separated. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm neither here or there for that. But again, I'm always here for equality. You know, you're allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to protest if you want, if you're against something. So I just find it like...
But that's one of those communities that has like a stronghold even on the corporate world. Like when they want something done, it gets done. You can't say that about other minorities. So I don't know. There's something to be said there, and that's what Chappelle was saying.
No, I agree. And I think that everything got lost in translation because, again, I don't know, man. I think you need to watch the special. It's like he said, watch the special first, and then you can come and have a conversation with me.
Right. A full conversation.
Yeah. But, yeah, man.
I gotta still check that out because I remember you telling me last week.
It's funny. Like, it's hilarious. Like, I watch it. It's hilarious. But, you know, everybody gets made fun of, bro. Because if nobody gets made fun of, we wouldn't have South Park. We wouldn't have Family Guy. We wouldn't have American Dad. We wouldn't have all these fucking, like, over-the-top, crossing boundaries cartoons. Even Big Mouth.
Right.
Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But
and the first one of all those was South Park. South Park's been running.
yeah, South Park's been making fun of everybody for like 20 years now.
They don't give a damn.
For like 20 years now, they've been making fun of people.
Maybe it's because of the creators. I don't know.
No, but still, it was never an issue.
Bro,
if you ever seen Robot Chicken, you ever seen those late night?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They make fun of everyone. Yeah.
So, but it's fun. But South Park makes fun of like
everything.
You know,
politics,
disabilities, races, ethnicities, sexuality, celebrities. They make fun of everything.
Word.
But it's funny. But again, like they said, there is some truth to being funny.
Yeah. That's why there's comedians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
nah, you just can't have an opinion anymore nowadays, I feel like. And you know, your perspective is wrong or my perspective is right, and it's just unfortunate because nobody can like talk about anything anymore without anybody just like listening. And I think, especially what's going on now, you know, with the pandemic and all that shit. I mean, not to bring it up, but you know, you vaccinated, you're not vaccinated. I mean, you're gonna get me sick, you're gonna get my family sick, and all this stuff. It's just everybody's a doctor nowadays, and everybody has their say about it. But you know, much respect to everybody and their choices, and I think that's what it is. It comes down to your choice, your freedom of choice, and just respecting each other at the end of the day.
yeah, that's what we need to do. Just respect one another, accept one another, because at the end of the day, everybody is different. Like just because I'm not for whatever it is that you stand for doesn't mean that I'm against you or I hate you.
Right.
It's just like, you know, it's just not for me. Like, you know, it's like, again, it goes back to like vaccination thing. Like, you want to be vaccinated? Cool. I don't want to be vaccinated. Or like, it goes back to like, you know, there's also like, I started seeing this on TikTok because again, I'm so invested into like a lot of like disagreements. So there was this thing where they were saying that if a straight man is not attractive or doesn't like a transgender woman, you're transphobic.
Wow.
That makes no sense.
That's wild.
Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm not transphobic. That's just not for me. Like,
They want a female.
yeah, like I want
female from birth.
I want a female.
Has always had a
from birth.
vagina.
Yeah. And so it's like it's stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It's like you can't say no or disagree with something because they're all of a sudden you're phobic this, phobic that, and it's just like, okay, cool, I guess. But
That's crazy.
we live in an opinionated world,
Facts.
and everybody wants their
Everybody's
opinion
right.
to
Yeah,
everybody
everybody's
wants
right.
their opinion to
Yeah.
be right.
Yeah.
I think it would be good to have a healthy discourse, but rather than do that, the cancel culture is more so like, oh, what he said? Close down his bank account. He's done. He's over.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Twitter's
extreme.
big for that too. You know, you just get censored all the time, and you can't say nothing on Twitter anymore. But I don't have a Twitter account. I'm just saying in general, you just can't say anything, or else you get censored.
I can't even say anything on Instagram. This shit, I curse, and it's like, oh, your
All the
comment is
guidelines.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You soft ass bitches. Can't even curse on Instagram anymore.
Nah.
And make fun of somebody when it comes to sports.
Crazy. But staying close to home, obviously. During the week, rapper Fetty Wap from Patterson was caught with a RICO charge. It's not looking good for him. Boys, he might be facing life in jail.
Yeah.
I think they were distributing from Long Island. Supposedly, they were distributing
Fentanyl.
allegedly
Yeah.
cocaine, heroin, fentanyl,
Yeah.
and other various drugs. And they've had a drug ring going on for like a few years, I think it is. So how do we feel about that, man? React. Let's go. Tell me, Mahmud, you especially, because you know you're a big
Hometown.
Petty Wap fan.
Not as much as, you know, I'm more interested in the heroin situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's big in Patterson. Like, even the police are doing it. 2 cops got caught maybe 3 years ago selling heroin.
Bro, everywhere, every county's doing something.
Those were the
That's-
ones from the Wayne cops, right? Was it
No,
the
no,
Wayne cop?
these were Patterson cops.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This story is wild because they actually went into a hospital where one of their customers was.
Yeah,
And
it
they
sounds
basically
nuts.
told-
Hold on, first of all, why you
Wow.
yo?
You
how
can't make it up. You can't make that up.
You can't make that up.
Yo,
That's
that's
insane.
He went to make sure he don't snitch on him. That's what he did.
No, it's worse. It's
Wow.
worse. So he went into where the patient was, where the customer was, basically. And you know, the nurses, they didn't know. They're like, "Oh, cops. Okay, we'll step out the room, right?" And I guess they must have said something like, "Yeah, we just wanted to give our gratitude to a love community member," or something like that. So they left the room, and they choked up the customer like, "Where's my money?"
Yo,
That's-
that's some like Godfather shit, bro.
That's Patterson.
That is-
though. I hate
that's
to say it,
Patterson.
I hate to
It's
say
crazy.
Patterson.
My man's pulled them into St. Joe's Hospital, like, yeah, no, we just want to pay our respects real quick. Yo, my man's want my money, yo.
Wow.
As a cop in uniform.
That is
That's
nuts.
nuts, yo.
That's crazy.
But they caught them. They caught them, and they went to jail, I believe.
That's crazy.
So, like, is he doing this because, I mean, I don't know anything about him like that. Is he not, like, making enough money that he...
Hell,
obviously
bro, he had an
'cause
album.
in the music, I know he's not Drake.
Yeah.
He's not like that, but is he failing at music that he has to do this?
Well, I mean,
Or does he need another source of income?
I'm confused at the whole situation because supposedly he was a real estate, like he was into real estate. So
Yeah, he had investments everywhere,
Yeah.
stock market.
So it's just like, you know, from there was a quote that said that the music money was slowing up, but I mean, like, the music money is gonna slow up if you've been in the game for a few years.
Yeah.
If you're expecting just royalties and money from music, then you're losing because you know you can make the money in music,
Of course.
but you got to be a megastar. Like you got to
Yeah.
be like a Dua Lipa, a Lady
You
Gaga,
gotta keep-
Drake.
You gotta keep
You know,
putting in the work.
yeah, like, but and what gets me upset is because, you know, I had this conversation with my friend Gabby, was that, you know, it's his inconsistency throughout the years that would let for his music to fall off,
Yeah.
in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me personally, like, as much as I was upset at the project because it's like we waited 7 years. Was it like about 7 years?
Yeah.
5 years?
Right
Whatever.
around.
And this
Yeah.
was his sophomore album that just dropped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
so it's
That's
like
weird.
we waited about that long for a sophomore album to like get a lackluster project. And I was expecting more because the first project was good. It was a good project, and
Yeah.
then it went platinum.
Yeah.
It went platinum, which is a great milestone for putting out your first album.
Yeah.
But you know, just seeing him having to go through this is kind of like a slap to the face, because it's like, we all know well, obviously I don't know if everybody else knows, but you know, when you do your homework and you see how music really works, you know, there's a lot of cuts, there's a lot of percentages, you know, especially when you sign a deal, there's a lot of percentages that you lose in deals because of royalties, and you have to pay everybody. But it's just like, you can't be expecting to make just money off of the music. But again, like, you were into real estate, you were doing all these other investments, and you have to do this. But again, it's like you said, like, you know, we were speaking throughout the week, it's like, it could probably be somebody he knows, and it just got back to him because it's under him.
I got like a completely different take on it.
Okay.
So the thing is, do you know coke damages the hood, right? A lot of people in the hood do crack rocks, crack. Nobody does fentanyl in the hood. You know who does fentanyl? People in the suburbs. And the cops take personal offense to this. So they give everyone in the hood a hard time for selling fentanyl laced product. So I think what he might have done is he gives a lot of his homies money, right? This is just general advice. When you give anyone money, you better put that on the books. Or if I give Unique like a stack and you go and sell drugs or buy drugs, that's gonna get tracked back to me. And they're gonna say I gave it for that purpose, even though that wasn't the case. So I think that's what they're doing in this situation, and they want to make an example out of him. And they chose the right time. They've been had stuff on him, but they chose this time because he just got the Rolling Loud bag, right? That may be a mill, I think, to perform at Rolling Loud.
Maybe.
So they got that bag, and then the album just released, so they got that bag as well. They did this to Snoop Dogg also. Doggy Style, he made millions off of that. He didn't see any of it. All of that went to court. So they're doing this right now to extract that money. They set him up, and
But I mean, it's like they said, once the feds get you, they have something on you. Like you can't escape that.
I think he may make it out, but he's gonna be damn near broke when he comes out of it.
I agree, and I feel like at that point he should just like really start grinding. I don't know. I don't really know what's gonna happen. Because he's the main artist when it comes to obviously So Amazing Studios, and they I don't want to say they rely on him because obviously they have a bunch of other artists that go there, record, and etc.
Yeah.
Other big names that go there and record. But that's kind of like taking a shit at your home stadium and just walking out like, I might not come back. I don't know yet. So
I hope he serves as a lesson for up and coming rappers though. Like feds watch you 24/7.
Oh, for sure.
You slip up one time, it's a wrap. They don't care.
That's why it makes no sense when like I see motherfuckers just posting dumb shit on IG, guns, drugs, and it's just like, bro, like they're gonna use that against you.
Yeah.
Like you do something stupid, they should be like, yeah, you remember July 16th, 2014 when you had this bag of like fucking pills, and it's like, damn, they really dug that up. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
That's why I wouldn't believe the headlines now either. I know the feds are probably paying for it and trying to make him look as bad as possible. So when it comes down to a jury, they're going to be like, we already read the story. He's guilty.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
How do you feel about this, Brandon?
Nah, it's crazy. It reminds me of who's the other rapper that got caught like that? I forgot his name. But like you said, I just think that whatever's done in the dark always comes to the light. And it's unfortunate. I just think, like you said, it's a lesson learned for a lot of people because, it's like little things too. Like you could do something you think nobody's watching. Bro, these phones, they watching us all the time, whether we realize it or not. I mean, the thumbprints, the face IDs, all that shit is just going straight to everywhere. And speaking of documentaries and algorithms, the Social Experiment, I don't know y'all saw that on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Shit is crazy. But the guy, I forgot his name. He used to work for Google, and basically they use algorithms to pinpoint your emotions, what you want to do, all this shit. So just like Instagram, like you said, the recommendations and
so
stuff.
fast?
Yeah. So actually, most apps ask you to track. So tracking your whereabouts, track your location. So most of the times, when you're downloading an app, you got to ask do not track because it's just going to track everything you do from your purchases to who you're looking at, all this shit. Because that's why I remember when I was looking at my Discover page a minute ago, bro, all I saw was these booty pictures. And I'm like, what the heck? I was like, yo, who's looking? Like some girls had, whatever, like a booty pictures, like gym shorts, whatever, like gym stuff. Those booty pictures, like bikinis, all this shit. I'm like, who is this? And then I realized, like, just looking at other things, and one of my boys was kind of like, he's like, yo, let me show you this girl. And I was like, oh, I could see why, because he's looking, and maybe it's just him liking it, because I seen his likes on the picture, and he likes every picture now, and she showed up on mine. I'm like, wow, so they use algorithms to showcase that.
Yeah, they do that. Like if your friend likes something often, they think you must like it also because you have friends.
Oh,
because they think you for the streets.
Because I've seen that.
For the streets.
I've seen that recently. Like I always see new shit, and I was like, oh, okay, it's like a more artistic view that I haven't seen. I start liking it, and it starts coming up on my newsfeed a lot more often now, and I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
some people
interesting.
are crazy talented. It's insane, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're making money like that in music, especially I'm assuming that this is something he loves
Mm-hmm.
to a certain extent. I would definitely not. To be honest, with you, I don't think 50% of me is saying I don't think it's him, and then 50% of it has to go back to like who he hangs around with.
I mean, he better. I hope, again, I hope he figures it out because at the end of the day, he's
He's
somebody.
the one gonna be hurting.
Yeah, but again, he's as you can't deny that he is a somewhat of an inspiration to a lot of young kids who are from Patterson.
Yeah.
Like the only two famous people in the music industry that I know of from Patterson are just Fetty Wap and Just Blaze. Only two people, and that's like an inspiration, you know. So anybody looking up to him are just gonna be like, they're gonna be disappointed and taken back, you know. So stay away from drugs, kids. This shit's not.
For everybody.
Rico charges are not cute, allegedly. But
Shit is crazy, bro.
but staying on the subject of speaking algorithms and stuff like that, social media, Mark Zuckerberg just changed Facebook's name to what was it?
Was
Meta.
it Meta?
Meta.
Meta. How do we
Facebook
feel
is
about
named
that?
Meta now.
It's going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna
What
be
the
rebranding.
fuck?
I saw the logo. The logo's
Yeah.
pretty. It's like an infinity sign, kind of warp,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. But I was reading up on it, and they're basically doing exactly what everybody's been theorizing for years now. We're
Yeah.
going to be
Bro, it's gonna be like the
we're
Sims.
gonna be plugging into the Matrix.
Right.
Yeah, word. It's like the
Right.
Sims. I literally says just like the Sims. We're gonna be avatars. Like I could see you right here, and we could be just talking. Like it's gonna be like FaceTime virtually.
Wow, that's fucking nuts. I
Ready
don't
Player
use-
One. Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, exactly.
I
Here
don't
we
use
go.
Facebook,
Exactly.
so
Pandora.
Nah, word.
I mean,
It's
I only have to
crazy.
use that bullshit to make my Instagram a business account. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about Facebook. Now they ruined it by. I feel like as soon as Facebook took over Instagram, it shit just went downhill.
Why you say that?
Well, they
That whole
own it.
algorithm and all that bullshit.
Yeah, they own it.
I'm like, damn, bro. Like, why you making it so damn difficult for our shit to be seen? I don't know, yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to see what happens, but I think we're gonna. I think by around that time, when it becomes bigger than, because it's moving fast. I already know it's moving fast, but I feel like around that time, once we get to like where people are just gonna be plugged in for like 8 to 12 hours a day, just to live life in a virtual world. Yeah, man, you can count me out. I'm done after that. I'm done with social media. Like, I'd rather die before I.
If you think you hate social media now, like
Yeah.
in 10
it's
years,
over,
oh
yeah,
man.
it's over.
Because you're gonna see it. You're gonna be miserable in the real world.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in this virtual reality, you're gonna be having all these. You're gonna be famous, or whoever it does end up getting to that point, right? You become famous. You're this virtual, your avatar, not you. Your avatar.
That's
is
gonna be
this
a crazy dual life to live.
Exactly. So it's like you become this virtual god in a sense. So like you're this celebrity, this and that. But in the real world, you're just Joe Schmo
Yeah.
from the corner store.
Facts.
Make me my coffee, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think mental health around that time is gonna skyrocket even more.
Facts.
Because
Even
it's bad enough as it is. Because most people will be comparing themselves because of the shit they see on Instagram
Right.
or whatever social media.
it's a tool for validation. I feel like social media, and I think even right now, it's like followers. Like if I got 10,000 followers, but I chill with like 2-3 people, that shit might gas me because I get like 1,000 likes on my picture. But then again, it's like, what does that do for me? But there's people I never forget. He was on Dr. Phil's The Perfect Selfie Queen. This man almost killed himself because he took 100 to like 200 photos, I think a day or something like that, but couldn't find the perfect selfie for him. But he almost killed himself because of that. It was on Dr.
Yeah.
It was on Dr.
That is crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
bro, at least
Dr.
like
Phil.
maybe like in the 10 pictures I take, I got one that like I'm good. Give me that one.
But I take
Nah.
like 2 pictures. I'm like, I'm ugly either or. And I'm gonna post this shit.
Bro, I'm not
Gotta
gonna lie.
accept
Like
this.
yesterday, I told my boy, shout out to Elijah, I was like, listen, you got one job today.
Yeah.
You need to take a clean ass fucking photo of me. Good luck.
Good luck. Facts,
Because
yo.
that shit is not easy. Now that I'm a photographer and I do that all the time, bro, we need to do that until I fucking find the goddamn right picture, yo.
Nah, but you.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Man. I mean, I don't mind taking pictures.
Yeah.
Because I would want a fire picture of myself too.
Exactly.
But,
You know,
Yeah.
the craziest thing is I'm not as bad as females though, and I noticed that because of my job. We were taking pictures for our ID. One of the girls goes up. She took like 3. She's like, "Oh, I think I'm done." She's like, wait, no. She comes back. I was like, while she was like leaving, thinking about it, I went up. Bro, first one is the money shot. I'm like, bro, thank you. I'm out. She comes back, and I want to do it again. Bro, I think those girls took at least like 20, 25 pictures.
Yeah, man.
Find the right one. Man,
It's crazy.
I mean, this whole metaverse is gonna be different. It's definitely I think that's where Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies are gonna really take an effect.
Facts.
Like the NFTs, you know the NFTs?
Yeah,
They have no actual value until we get into that meta world. That's where they have the value.
yeah. I mean, the real estate on these meta worlds are also gonna be
Yeah.
crazy because if you really think about it, there's actually real estate. Like you can, there's gonna be a lot of land, I guess you can say, quote unquote land that you can purchase because it's gonna be all brand new. It's like stepping foot onto a new piece of land and it's all just waiting for you to build on.
Can you imagine just looking at virtual space and going, okay, I'll pay 1.2 mil for this?
Yeah, I put a dog here for like 3 million.
It's crazy.
I mean,
insane.
It's technology, man.
I'm not.
See, I think Instagram is one thing, right? You get a bunch of followers, and then eventually you get the money rolling in. With this meta world, the money's gonna be instant. The reason why it's gonna be instant is like if you're trying to build a house, the wood that you use, you may have to pay someone for. So everything may be connected to somebody's pockets, and that's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be a lot of kids getting rich online. So that's gonna be new kind of world, you know.
What kind of avatar will you have, yo? Would you
don't
have an
know.
avatar with full set of hair?
Probably. No, I'd be bald just like this, man.
Nah,
Like,
man.
myself, I'm
Bruh,
gonna
now I'm
Bitmoji.
gonna make my avatar tall and buff like the Rock. I'm like, you call
Dwayne
me
the Rock Johnson.
Facts, you call me Papijohnson. Oh, wait, that is my name already.
La Piedra.
La Piedra. I think that's also gonna be another thing right there. Like you'll get people who will try to accommodate those features that they wish they had
Oh yeah.
into these avatars.
See, I'll be
bro,
big
this shit's
on-
toxic. I
Oh.
don't care what nobody says. That shit is toxic.
Damn. I mean, who do you think is gonna be? It's
Wow.
gonna be worse for females.
What,
Bro.
You're gonna be dating them virtually too. Like, yo, let me
Facts,
send my
yeah.
avatar to you.
Crazy.
And then this is gonna go back to
Dude.
carbs. I'm gonna meet you in person. Mind you,
Yeah.
it's a fat chick in
Yeah.
person.
I'm like,
Like this stupid fat bitch, you got me, yo.
Listen, I don't say that word, yo. This guy is crazy, yo.
Wait till catfish come on.
Nah, that's
Yo.
bugging.
That's fucking hilarious.
See, with the meta world, there's one thing you can't do. You can't feel in the meta world. Like if you touch a desk, you
Yeah.
can't feel that desk. They're trying to change that. Elon's working on Neuralink. So once that's done, it may be possible to actually feel.
But how you gonna be
the
clapping
virtual
cheeks,
world.
bro? I don't want to feel no virtual cooch.
Like you'll feel the senses the same way you feel
Is it
it through
gonna
your
be wet?
body.
That's crazy.
It's
You know
gonna be
how
warm?
your body, when you touch something,
No, I know that,
the
but
nerves
you know,
send
what,
signals.
But if I'm
Yeah.
trying to get
It's
that
gonna do
sloppy
the same
top,
thing in
bro,
a
it's not the
virtual
same.
one.
I don't want no virtual slobber on my penis, man.
It's gonna be virtually the same.
No, it's not, bro.
It's gonna be virtually the same.
Nah, bro.
Yo,
Where's the
chill.
suction gonna come from, my
Chill,
boy?
bro. That's crazy.
Come on, bro. It's not the same. Touching the peen through the virtual world is not gonna be the same thing.
It's gonna feel like you're peeing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo.
That's nuts, bro.
Little tickle
Nah.
here and there.
Nah, chill. I don't think it's gonna be the same, man.
The future's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna be flying cars soon.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
We're gonna be flying
I'm not
cars.
gonna lie. I feel like there would be no traffic, but
Bro,
bad accidents
Hell yeah.
You see people falling from the sky, like, oh shit.
because
What?
of
There's
the
an
fact
accident
that
up there.
the thing is, because I think about it, and I always think about it when I'm driving. Like on the highway, I'm like, how the fuck is there traffic? There's no lights. The fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
So I would be like, yo, I wonder if like flying would just make it so much easier.
I'll definitely get a jetpack.
Yeah.
Plug that
Like
shit
a
up.
fucking like a skateboard.
Yeah, word.
But I don't know.
Hell
That
yeah.
Shit is crazy. Yeah.
That's why I always wanted a
Super
bike,
crazy.
but then I changed my mind. I still kind of want one though. But I remember when I forgot where we were, but we were in somewhere in the city. Man, the dude was flying in the dotted line. As soon as his car made a left to like kind of merge through him, hit that shit so fast he went up like this. I swear I thought he did a wheelie, but he went like this way. And I thought he fell, but he didn't. But he just,
Himself.
yeah, bro.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
the
I
reason
would
why.
get a bike. One, I have to learn how to ride them, and two, I think that would be the biggest flex. Like girls love that shit.
Yeah,
I know
bro.
damn well they love that shit, but I don't like the danger that it comes with.
Yeah, I'll be
That's
safe
the only
though.
thing for me, yo. Because I mean, I can protect myself with a car as much as I can. The e-brake is
Yeah,
lovely. It shit has saved me a few times. But nah, straight bike, bro. Nah, you're done, though. Because some of these people don't know how to drive, bro.
Nah,
Shit's
facts.
crazy.
Forget the people that don't know how to drive. If you go through a place that has a lot of potholes,
Oh, it's a wrap.
yeah, it's a wrap.
Hate to say it, but Patterson, bros.
Yeah.
Shit is the worst,
Yeah.
yo.
They won't fix the street for like a year, so you're done. So.
Exactly.
And then, especially since we live here, the climate change, the weather, y'all see it?
Yeah. The snow and all
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
It tears the streets up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that whole bike thing. I'll do the virtual one.
Nah. Sorry, yeah, word.
I mean, I'd rather live in the real world, man. You'd be surprised how many people take the real world for granted.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this whole metaverse or meta world, whatever the fuck is gonna be called. I mean, I think it's gonna be cool, be something for our children's children to enjoy. But you know,
Yeah, before actually you finish, you know what that made me think of? When
What?
I was watching John Wick the other day. John Wick 2,
Yo.
the meta world, and then it opens up, and it's like a bunch of like the reflection. Remember that reflection room? That's what
Oh,
I feel like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna see. Oh fuck, that's gonna be dangerous.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
here
That's
we
a
go.
tough scene.
Here we go.
And he was in the
Yeah.
Matrix, so it's kind of crazy.
Word,
Bro.
word.
But nah, that's John Wick over the Matrix.
Crazy. But
Facts.
just to kind of stray away from topics, again, we do have a special guest today, Brandon King himself. You say you were a personal trainer,
Yes.
an educational enthusiast, I guess you can kind of say.
that, yeah.
Has his own book, as you can see. What's the title of your book?
let's
Nothing
bring
but
it up,
happiness.
Talk about it, bro.
It's
Talk
one-
about it,
oh, the
yo.
whole
Yeah.
day?
We gotta tell people, yo.
Yeah, I didn't even know you wrote a book.
Yeah,
I'm finding
bro.
out today. So,
Yeah.
how much you selling it for?
I started for $10.
$10. That's not bad, yo.
So nothing crazy. It's online for 12. It's like 70.
Can it be
pages.
purchased as an ebook also?
I couldn't get the format of it, unfortunately, but I'm trying to work on that for my next book. But this one here, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the format of it. But I'm on Lulu. It's in Walmart. It's only online, Amazon, and Barnes and Noble right now.
That's what's up.
So yeah, but I wrote this when I was 23. My first book I was given to by my boy Juan. Shout out to Juan. It was called The ABCs of Success by Bob Proctor. And I just realized everybody has a story. So here's my stories, putting it out there. And my guy Steven right here took the
We did a
photo.
little collab, yo.
Yeah, took the photo
I
of
can't
it.
believe we did that, yo.
Yeah, so
We
he
killed that shit.
definitely helped me out with this one and did the editing, everything. So this is his work. This is not my work, this is his work. But basically, this is me in the front and the back. If you can't see, it's the back of my house, my old house where I used to live. And the reason why I'm in color is like the positive side, the light side, me finding happiness again. And then like the black and gray is just, the darkness that I was in and everything. So the background of the story, my parents went through a divorce when I was a sophomore in high school. And, fell into depression, had anxiety issues. I was angry at the time. Nobody really knew about it until I expressed myself. But, as men, we never really like to express ourselves. We'd be like, oh, what's good? How you doing? I'm good. You short? Yeah, I'm good. So, like, I used to do that a lot. And then it finally cracked when I actually went into therapy. And another thing that a lot of men don't like doing, but I went to therapy. Shout out to Miss Jennifer. She's like a second mom to me, and she really helped me like understand like my feelings and just talking about them. So really understanding how I was feeling at the time, trying to learn game plans, kind of get out my like darkness in a sense. This book really shows like the chronological steps that I took to kind of find the happiness, after my parents' divorce. So.
Man, bro,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
deep. I
Yeah,
love
man.
it, yo.
So,
Yo, fuck.
yeah, facts.
Appreciate
Yo.
it.
Because I mean, like, I feel like what a lot of people don't know is just like, we as we get older, we start to realize that we get a lot of trauma from our parents.
Yeah.
Like they pass down a lot of trauma that I guess they don't realize. And obviously my mom and my dad breaking up was a traumatic experience for me, even though I was young. It led me to to do I lashed out on as I got older, and just you start to realize certain things. Because right now my cousin's actually going through the same thing. My aunt and my uncle are going through a divorce, and it's taking a toll on him. He just moved out the house because he couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just like those things. I feel like sometimes not saying all parents are, but I feel like sometimes parents are selfish when it comes to, breaking up and not realizing that, we
Yeah,
as their
for
children
sure.
are taking,
Are
like,
affected in some
like
way.
it's
Yeah.
taking a toll on us. But what inspired you to write the book? Obviously, besides the whole, divorce and your emotional
Yeah.
situation.
So I started writing it when I was in college, actually. So I was 23 at the time. Like I said, I just finished this book, and then my second book was "Act Like a Success, Think Like a Success" by Steve Harvey.
Mhm.
And that was another great book. Another reason why I was like, okay, like this guy has a story. I have a story. And it's crazy because it's still on my phone. I just started writing and started typing on my phone. And it was December 30th, 2015. I'll probably remember that forever, is when I started writing it. And actually, it took me about a year and a half to write this book, and plus with the editing and all that stuff. So, but basically, like I said, the real reason was just because I just know, there's somebody out there dealing with something based off, parents' divorce and all that stuff, and just the emotional side of things. I think that as men, it's okay to express yourself. We're not bitches or anything like that, to be vulnerable. Anything, even though this guy thinks he is. So,
Never gonna lie. Yeah, you got me, bro.
it's just being able to say, like, like if I'm feeling some type of way, here's how I feel. And like I said, my parents never knew how I felt. So once they read this book, they understood how I felt, because I could never really talk to them the way I wanted to talk to them when I was younger. So, being 23, I gave them the book and I was like, hey, like, this is how I felt during the divorce. So I hope you understand. And, in the back of the book, as it says here, it says happiness can be found even in the darkest of times. I have found the light, and so can you. So I just think about that one person that might pick up that book and just really need it, in their time of need, and just basically understanding, like they're not alone. Because I think, nowadays, especially again with social media, going back to that and everything, just us comparing ourselves and stuff, like, life gets kind of lonely, life gets kind of hard. So just making sure that they know that, somebody's there, even though I don't know them, it's kind of like me talking to them. So I kind of wrote it like that. Like, I'm not saying I'm not the best writer, but, with editing, thankfully, speaking English in a sense, it's kind of like I'm talking to you, like kind of like a conversation like this. So, I'm proud of it. I definitely wanted to, make sure that this was a type of impactful book. And like I said, my favorite subjects of books are self-development. So this is kind of like in that category.
All right. So my question was, I've been in the same situation as you. Like my parents aren't together, and I wish I would have known how to deal with it when I was getting older and in high school, because I feel like that's when it really bothered me. What would you say is your advice for someone going through that now, that could help them get through whatever it is they're going through?
Yeah, I mean, I think being self-aware is number one. Like, you gotta understand your feelings in those moments, because
Yeah,
I mean, we all, we all like to deny, our feelings at the end of the day, and be in denial. So
sure.
I think if you just understand how you feel, and it's okay to feel how you feel, man. Like, nobody can tell you how to feel, and some things should be felt. Like, you should not want to not feel certain things. Like, it's okay to feel like sadness, anger, resentment, jealousy, all that shit. Like, it's okay. But I think the biggest thing is just knowing that, I always like to believe things are seasons, and you can have things last forever. But I think that when it comes to, where you're at and everything, it's just being self-aware of your emotions, and understanding, like, at the end of the day, you're the only one that can get yourself out that situation. Like, anybody could talk to you, your boys can talk to you, your family could talk to you and tell you what you need to do. Like I said, I went to therapy. What I learned with therapy is she just wanted me to talk. So I named a chapter after Miss Jennifer. It's called The Triple Threat of A's. She helped me acknowledge, she helped me accept my feelings, and she helped me act. So those 3 A's, I think it's just understanding that, and understanding that acting is probably the biggest one, because you could stay stuck in a situation forever if you don't learn how to act. And even going back to, parents, and trying to, like, because the reason why I fell in depression and all that stuff, because my happiness revolved around them, and that was like my definition. I truly understand now what it's like to have a situation and, like, okay, like, some people shouldn't be together. Like, my parents probably shouldn't have been together. But like, you try. If you try, that's one thing, and at least you say you can try. But there's some people that are in relationships that shouldn't be together, and to stay because you have kids actually makes it a million times worse as opposed to just leaving when you should. Because there's people out there that don't have a mother and father because maybe they died before they were born, whatever the case may be. But it's like, those effects, as a man, you need that physical, that talking, like that leader. The woman, that nurturer, the motherly love that we all know, like, and there's a balance between it. But us as men, we learn from a guy. So yeah, we can get all the motherly love, but like at the end of the day, we're men. So we got to be tough. We got to be strong. But when you're not tough and when you're not strong, it's okay. You don't want to like be in denial of that. So, but just know that, you're the only one that can get yourself out of those type of emotions.
Well, when your parents separated, did they get into new situations right away, or were they solo for a while and then?
Yeah, so it's been a minute actually. My parents have been divorced for like 10 years now, or even probably more than that. Actually, it's funny because before I wrote this book, I actually wrote them a letter when they were divorcing, and I told them, I was like, I don't want you to get remarried. I don't want no stepdad, no stepmom. I was just being selfish at the time. So,
being young, right?
Yeah. I was 16, 17. Yeah, I was expressing that. I was like, I don't want any step parents right now. Like, I just couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
But I also understood, at the end of the day, like, I can't live their life. I got my life. They have their life. So I can't live their life. But, my dad was in relationships after the divorce. Currently, he's doing him. My mom's currently in one now. But she was chilling for a long time. But,
solo, right?
Yeah, solo. So, at the end of the day, man, I think it's just making sure that they're happy, that whoever they're with, my parents are cordial. Actually, 2 years ago, it's crazy how the pandemic brought things together. And I would have never thought, but we actually spent Thanksgiving as a family, me, my brother, my sister, and my parents together, my mom in her house. It's the first time we ever had Thanksgiving together as a family. We spent, again, like 10 plus years. And it's special, I think that it's those little things that we forget about because, there's things that we're used to. We're like, it's just how my parents are, it's how my family is. But like when you have like the little things that matter the most, like, some simple, like a family dinner where you sit at a table and you just talk about each other's days, it's impactful for a kid and stuff. So it's something that I learned, growing up. And, again, their divorce really helped me understand what not to do, what to do. So just understanding like, what I need to do for my future family.
I agree with that. Because, obviously my mom and my dad haven't been together in like maybe close to like 15 years, 15, 16 years around there.
Mm-hmm.
No, not even, no more. Like 20 years. Sorry.
Yeah.
They've been divorced for 20 years. So, my mom obviously held some resentment towards my dad for however long. So, maybe like about, I think it was, it was actually last year around this time. The first time we actually all spent Christmas together, and it helped me because as a man who's obviously getting older again, we start to realize, we as kids, we're sometimes selfish. Again, we're selfish towards our needs and what we want. And, just being able to see that and understand them and understand that they can also be cordial with each other after so many years of whatever, bickering, fighting, resentment, etc. like that. It's beautiful because, I would have never saw my parents ever to,
Facts.
just sit down and have dinner.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
But, it's just, again, they're getting older. So it's like, makes sense now. But you're right. Those little things, those are the little things. It's what matters. And, I grew up kind of being jealous or envious of people who had both their parents.
Facts.
Like, you'd be surprised. Like, my mom dated, was, met other different men throughout my life, but it was never my dad.
Yeah.
So having a father figure, like you said, having that father figure is important. So when you don't have that and you have your mom playing both roles, it's kind of like, but I expect nurture. Like, I want you to, I maybe be a mama's boy, but my dad got to show me how to be tough.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I don't have that, I'm just being a mama's boy and have to learn how to be tough.
Yeah.
Right.
It's different.
So
shout out to the people though that do both roles though, the mother and father,
for
because
sure.
I know
it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
think
to
about
those
it from their perspective also, because when you're a couple, you can rely on each other for financial decisions and things that are important and major. So when you don't have that partner anymore, do you go to your kids? Like, who do you ask for help at that point? I always wondered that. Like, would your parents come to you for major decisions? Like,
I'll do anything for my parents, whatever they need. But I think at the end of the day, I think acknowledging that you need help is a big thing because a lot of us don't like to ask for help, especially as men. For me personally, I
Yeah,
fucking struggle asking for help. That's still like my thing. I'm prideful at the end of the day. Like if I can figure it out on my own, I'm gonna figure it out. But if I can't, then it is what it is type of thing. But there's times where I've learned like it's okay to ask for help because to me it shows a sign that I need help. I'm vulnerable. But I think at the end of the day, it's just putting yourself in that position to say like, okay, like I need help. And if you accept it, that's one thing. If you don't, that's another. Because, I think about the times I needed help. Would I be the same person? Because, there's times I just didn't because I just wanted to figure out my own. That's why even my career change, I never even had help in school, which is the reason why I want to be a counselor.
yeah.
So it's called an Educational Opportunity Fund Counselor. And, I'm a first generational college graduate along with my sister and my brother. And through my whole process, my parents didn't go to school. They didn't go to college or anything. I didn't know who to ask. My sister went, thankfully, but I didn't know who to ask because I didn't talk to my guidance counselor because she didn't believe in me and all this stuff. So I didn't know really who to ask. So my sister was basically the main point. But again, if I never asked her, like, yo, I'm trying to go to school, can you help me out?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be a college graduate right now. I'll probably be working. But I know for me, bro, like I said, I'll do anything for my parents, bro. Anything. So.
And now that you mentioned your brother and sister, did you guys help each other get through that?
Yeah, we all dealt with it differently. I think for my brother, he wasn't as like angry, I feel like, because, we're twins. So there's things that we would read each other and we like understood, but like there's things that we just never talked about. My sister was away to college, and there's times we call each other, we cried her and stuff, and she would be crying because we're just emotional. She actually came back. She went to Bloomsburg University in Pennsylvania, and she came to CCM for a little bit. She wanted to be closer to home and all that. But we all dealt with it differently. But again, I think at the end of the day, like, if you have siblings too, check up on them. It's okay to see how they're doing because again, people don't like to talk nowadays, and people fake happiness and all that stuff. People unfortunately are dying, committing suicide and all that. Like, it's unfortunate. So
And if you're the type of sibling that's hard on each other, those moments are difficult to get through.
For sure. It might even bring you closer too, because I would say we're very close, my siblings and I. And then it might draw us apart because you think one way, I think another way, where the case may be. But I think it's just checking in. I think you just never know what somebody's going through. We all fake it. We wear these masks, like I said, even during the pandemic and all that. But just ask, even with each other in this group and stuff. Like it's always good to have that brotherhood.
Yeah, no, I agree. Me and my sister, we have a great bond together. I love my sister to death. Even though we clown on each other, I love her to death. We've seen a lot of shit. We've gone through a lot of shit. And, I think my little brother, we don't have the same dad. But my little brother has also dealt with the repercussions of, again, another failed marriage. And he saw that as well. And it was traumatizing for him. And, I used to have resentment towards my dad, even though I live with him now. I used to have resentment towards him. I had so much anger. I hated him. And I think that's kind of what like my little brother's going right now because of his dad. He's going through the same thing I went through. And my mom always tries to push him to go talk to his dad. But it's like I tell my mom, and I have these conversations with my little brother as well, even though I try to keep up, but my little brother's so, hopefully, and I pray that he's a first generational college graduate, because that's what I'm pushing for. Because I didn't get to do that. My sister didn't get to do that. Me personally, I decided to chase my dreams. My sister, she did the same thing, and but that's besides the point. But like I tell my mother all the time, I'm like, sometimes you just gotta let people just gotta let them be. You can't force someone who is hurt internally from a situation that they had no hand in and couldn't really fix because they were 5-6 years old. So now they're going through the phases of like they're growing up, they're becoming an adult, and maybe now they're feeling everything. They feel hurt. Maybe they don't want to speak to them. Maybe they have a reason why they don't want to speak to them. So like I tell my mother all the time, I was like, you can't force him to want to speak to his dad when he just wants to do him. He wants to figure himself out. When he's ready to speak to his dad and be open, he can definitely do that. Because I remember when I first spoke to my dad after like 5 years, we sat down, we got ourselves 2 pitchers of sangria, and we just spoke. We spoke. He apologized. We cried. But that's like, as men, as men, that you're seeing me now as, I'm no longer your little boy. I'm your son. I am a man now.
Yeah.
So now, even though you might think it's too late, it's still not too late for you to guide me in the right direction and tell me or show me how I can fix my ways and adjust how to be a man because I didn't have you around. You get what I'm saying? So
facts.
and shit like that, So like, again, you are right. Again, we all hold a facade. I think I've been a lot more transparent with my feelings as of lately. I think I say how I feel, and I do have my moments where I do shut down. I stay to myself, but that's because sometimes I think of it almost like a reset.
Yeah, you need
like it's
that.
just like you overload everything. You work so much, and then you're just like, I just don't want to talk to nobody today. Let me just chill. Let me relax.
Yeah.
A mental health thing, right?
Yeah, you need to. You need to. And you know what the great part about that also, mental health, is like I feel like it's finally starting to come to the forefront. And a lot of jobs are starting to see it and are starting to allow.
I think the pandemic kind of triggered that.
It did.
Yeah.
Because some people went crazy during the pandemic.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people because of the pandemic. There was a lot of extroverts that committed suicide because of the pandemic. Us introverts, we were okay with it because we're always to ourselves.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are always socially, or social butterflies and always out there talking to people, meeting new people, and just being in those situations, they didn't know how to handle being locked up in their house for 2.5-3 months.
I was like jail, bro.
Yeah, like it's difficult.
Like jail. Nah, yeah.
Like I was like when it was shut down, like I would go to the track and just run, like just get some fresh air, because like your joints start locking up on you, bro. Like
Pop pack was
your sleep cycles off because you're over here binging shows, binging movies. Like it was
got
a toll.
boring. It was
a toll.
Nah,
Yeah, but I definitely agree with what you're saying. With what you're actually, I had no idea that your brother had a different dad.
Yeah.
Because I kind of went through the same situation with my pops. And the craziest thing is I'm not in like you guys, which is kind of scary, and it's not because my cutoff game is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
we know.
It's something
we
that
know.
It's something that I've gotten better with, but like I'll even cut my own family out. And it's not before it wouldn't phase me.
But sometimes you have to, bro. I can agree. Like there's people in your life that you should, like, if you know who's right and who's wrong, who's benefiting you, like, and unfortunately it could be family too. There's time, like definitely. That's not a bad thing.
Because like I even tell my mom this all the time. It's like it's okay to outgrow people. Like it's really okay. Like there's a lot of friendships that you just outgrow. And speaking on them, sorry to cut you off. Like it's like this friend of mine. She's in a relationship. And she's doing things that she shouldn't be doing, and I speak to her about it all the time, and I'm like, why don't you just leave your man? She's like, I can't because I've invested years with this person, so it's difficult for me to want to be alone. I was like, but do you think it's fair if you were to do the same thing to you?
That's almost like a gambler's mindset.
Yeah,
you gotta play that sword, double-edged sword.
Yeah, so I tell her all the time. I was like, you gotta learn to be okay being alone. I was like, I think the most difficult part about being alone is being alone with yourself and your flaws and everything that's wrong about you. I think that's the hardest part about everything. But I think like once you accept that and acknowledge it and realize who you are, being alone is the most peaceful thing in the fucking world, man.
And that's how you
Facts.
get through real growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The longest relationship you ever would have is with yourself.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people forget that because, again, people look for happiness in relationships. They look for happiness in money. They look for happiness in clothes. For me, like I said, I find confidence.
I don't know why it
Nah.
gasses me up, young.
I'm the same way,
But I
bro.
look nice, young.
I'm the same way. I kind of find confidence in my clothes, and I like to look good, feel good, and all that stuff. So when they say when you look good, you feel good. It's a confidence booster. But I think there's other avenues you can find. I think if you understand, like I said, the biggest question I always ask myself is who is Brandon? Like who am I? And if I know how to answer that, I'm good. But if somebody tries to answer that for me, then I feel like that's a bad thing because then I'm kind of living life off other people's opinions, and I don't want to live life like that. So.
But yeah,
Back to what you were saying.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying. I always had that hope that my mom and dad would be together.
Oh, bro, we all do.
Yeah, like my mom is A1, bro. My mom hasn't put a fucking single man on this planet in front of me. I didn't know that growing up. At fucking 14, 15, I'm just a rebel because I didn't have my dad there. My mom was always trying to protect me. Now I understand a lot more. But as soon as I found out that, and this is a lot of information, but I'm willing to share it. As soon as I found out he was gonna have a kid with somebody else, that was like the final straw. I was like, I don't want to be anything like this motherfucker. I was like, I don't want to talk to him. I stopped talking to him for 3 months. Like, and he.
But did he do that right away, or did he do that?
No.
Time?
It was in time, but just regardless, like, I was okay with him, like, obviously being with other women, because I couldn't control.
But if they were separated and they were apart, I don't know if they were divorced. Were they divorced?
They never got married. It didn't get to that point, but they did have a relationship, and I mean they both have their attitudes. One's a little calmer than the other one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and
Opposites attract.
yeah, and the thing is, like, I have their attitude times 10. So that I've known that. Like, I've always known that.
Yeah.
Like, you could say so much and I'll take it, but then once you get me to that limit and I'm about to explode on you, well, you better be ready for what I'm about to give you. Pause.
Hey, yo.
And, yeah. And yeah, I mean, as soon as I found out the whole thing about the kid, like, it was like my hope was shattered. It's like, nah, like, because my mom put me before another man, and I kind of saw it like you didn't.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't have to say that it wasn't like that. Just from your actions, they speak more volumes than what you have to say. So
you felt like he took you off the priority
I
list.
was no longer. I wasn't like, after that. I was like, bro, you don't have to worry about me. Such a perfect life with your family, the kid's mom.
Yeah.
And I kind of started judging him in a way that was like, I kind of compared him to all his brothers and sisters.
Mm.
And then it was like, you're the odd one out. You're the one that couldn't keep your family together. Like, fuck all the women. Fuck whatever the hell you've done. Whatever your money you have.
Yeah.
Your first job was to keep your family together. And you couldn't do that. So I was like really resentful. I was like, I don't want to talk to this guy. I don't want to be anything like him. I don't look at him as like a model, like, my model or anything like that. So it was hard, definitely. And then after we finally talked about it, because I felt like I was carrying that burden, and I didn't really talk about it with them. I usually used to talk about it with my best friend Santi, because I could just tell him whatever. And he would always try to help me as best he could with his positive input. And I'm not gonna lie, after I got to talk to them, it was like there was a weight just lifted off my shoulders. I wasn't that stressed. Like, I could fucking feel that shit all in my fucking upper back and my shoulder.
That knot was off your chest?
As soon as I talked about it, and then he kind of like understood why I was so closed down toward my feelings towards females.
Yeah.
It's like, because I don't want to like I already know what my goal is. My goal is to be with one chick. We have one kid. I want to stick it out with you.
Yeah.
We can add more kids to it or whatever. that would be great. But I already know what I want for my life, and that's something that I unfortunately didn't have growing up as a kid.
I feel like that I guess what we could call that schematic of like what a perfect relationship or a perfect marriage should look like
Yeah.
is always imprinted in our head.
Yeah.
So it's just like sometimes when we do end up in relationships, we think like, yeah, this is the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life, and I hope it stays this way. Sometimes it doesn't. It sucks, man.
Yeah, we were stupid back in high school. I
Hey,
wasted
bro.
a lot of time with one chick and then this one. I'm like, yeah, why the hell did I do this? I could just fucking smash a bunch of women. I mean, I would have waited to start a relationship after high school, yo.
But I think it's all trial and error, man.
Yeah.
It
Again,
is. Yeah, we don't know nothing.
Yeah.
There's no
no
book.
shit back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no book
Shit was
about
crazy.
it.
In high school, you really thought that girl was gonna last forever, and
Oh,
yeah.
bro,
no
so,
chance in
bro,
hell.
us being in fucking freshman year, it's like, yo, this girl I'm dating for like 8 months. This is definitely the one.
Bro, we always try to
Facts.
model because again, we all grow up watching like this Disney Channel cartoon
Yeah.
Network, Nickelodeon, and we always try to model like relationships amongst
Oh,
like the
Koreans,
families that
Yeah.
we see on there, yo. You know, so it's just like, yeah, man. Sometimes it doesn't pan out the way we want to, and it's
Nah,
just like
yeah.
it's whatever. I mean, but as we get older, we start to realize it. We come to understand that sometimes relationships aren't meant to be or meant to happen, even though we do want that picture perfect marriage or relationship.
But does the dynamics of your parents' relationships affect your future relationships? Like, do you look at a certain girl you may be going out with, and everything may be working well, but then you start doing the calculations, like, will this work out in the long term? Do I stick this out? Do we work out for 20, 30, 40 years? Or do we break up 10 years in with the kid?
I mean, I think that all comes down to. I had this conversation with somebody. I think it always comes down to
Communication.
yeah, communication, being transparent in a relationship. You have to be like if you're dating someone, you have to tell them, or if you're with somebody for years, you have to tell them like, yo.
But does it
listen.
make you extra paranoid because you can never tell? You never know. It's
No,
like
because
rolling the dice,
I think our parents, and as fucked up as this sounds, I think our parents' failed relationship should be a model for what us not to do. Even though sometimes we do fall into that trap at times, be like, I'm doing the same fucking thing my dad did to my mom, or I'm doing the same thing my mom did to my dad.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like it's modeled for us to learn from those mistakes. And it's like if we're not learning from those mistakes and all we're doing is just we're dragging along that baggage that's not even ours.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're not transparent in a relationship and converse about your emotions and what's going on, it's just like, for example, one of my closest friends right now, him and his wife are going through something and they broke up. And I told them, I was like, is this something that you really want to happen? I was like, you don't I was like, you really have to think about it. You literally said through thick and thin till death do you apart. And it's like, is this what you really want? If you want to be single, cool, be single. But don't jump into something because you feel alone. But if you want your family, make sure you work it out. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to have you like your wife does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
But
Like the rebound chick, right?
yeah, like you're always going to have rebounds after a relationship.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm going to go dick down Becky from down the street. You know, get this schlong.
Work
you
the
know what I
work
mean?
life.
Play
But-
Mutombo for a while.
Yeah. Word.
But man, that's great. I love that what you speak about in your book, and I'm glad that you can be transparent about something that I feel like us in the Latinx community don't speak about a lot.
Yeah, man.
Because we as also as Latin men, and I don't think we speak a lot about our emotions because we're brought up saying like, "Why are you crying? Be a man."
all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, we see it as a weakness.
Yeah.
I mean,
man.
I definitely am working on that. It's like, damn, I show any type of emotion. That's weakness.
Yeah.
Like, if I break down and shit like that, it's like, nah, I can't. Snap the fuck out of that bullshit. I mean, it's all right. Like, obviously, there's times that you bottle it up so much, you can only do that for so long because then you're gonna explode.
Yeah, man. I
I
think
feel like I've had that definitely happen to me. That, I mean, I joke around a lot, and I feel like I don't try to put out my feelings there. Like if something's wrong at home, I try to leave it at home.
Just keep it personal, keep
Yeah,
it private, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's always good. Like I said, like you saying, definitely we got to definitely check on our people more often. even if it's a tough conversation, bro, you just gotta,
Yeah.
it's better to. I know. I mean, definitely speak for myself too. You just gotta sometimes have it.
That's right. He's speaking to himself right now.
Yeah.
Self-reflection.
Yeah,
Well,
bro.
nah, yeah, that's the
I
truth.
like that.
I think about too, like you said, just how we act sometimes. I think about like there's a concept I know we all heard of, I'm sure, but like a water bottle and like a soda can. You shake a water bottle, it stays the same. You shake up a soda can, it just bursts at some point. And I think that when we bottle stuff up like that, that's just what happens. Then, like you said, we kind of get in denial with things. But I think the biggest thing is just again acknowledging your feelings, truly understanding why you feel the way you feel, because I think if you don't know how to understand them, then you're just going to question like, the fuck, why am I sad? Because again, there could be just random times like I was sitting in my room just chilling like this, just looking up at the sky, like, and I just asked myself, yo, I'm really sitting here like I'm depressed right now. But I just never really acknowledged, like I never thought I would be like that, like looking up in the sky like, damn, like this is crazy. But over time, it just took me a moment where, like I said, therapy really just kind of just made me talk. And once I started talking, I just kept going and going and going. I just can't shut up because I know how to talk. I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm emotionally aware of my feelings, and can't nobody tell me about my feelings because I know them. Like I would never want anybody to try to tell me like say how I feel. So I think again as men, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to talk. Check up on your boys. Check up on your family. All that. Even somebody you might not even talk to in some time. Like you might have beef with somebody or a grudge. Squash the shit. Life is short, and I think the pandemic really showed us that. And just moving forward with your life and the best way that you can. Because I like fall for some reason, but I think of fall as like a transition period for me. And just like when the leaves turn colors, it's kind of like us. And then when they fall, we know that at some point it's going to be green again. And like it's like that transition period that we all go through where some things just have to fall off or some things just have to change. And then when they fall off, you'll grow again.
I wish Arrow was here, bro. I really do. This motherfucker needs this. I don't care what nobody says. That man holds his feelings in like nobody else.
Maybe he's bottling it up.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I would love to, I feel like I wish he was here because I know for a fact he definitely bottles his emotions.
I feel like out of everybody, he definitely doesn't wait as long as I do.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like I wait a little longer, and I'm like, nah, fuck it, I gotta just say some shit before I lose my fucking mind.
Yeah,
because that's what it is, bro. Like if you just hold shit in, it just happens, and I think it's just so easy to do it. We do it all the time, and I think that, I think at the end of the day, express yourself. There's always fear of rejection, number one. Mm-hmm. And just, like you said, I'm a bitch if I say how I feel. So I don't want to look like a bitch. I'm a man, but you're not. You express yourself however you feel. Actually, what I've learned, some females like that. Like some females like an emotional man. Some females like that you can talk a certain way or just mind fuck them where you're like, wow, like,
we're human,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
Like we're not robots. We're not conditioned to be fucking stone. Like we're not a wall.
Mm-hmm. I've always said this. Who or at least in my eyes, who did it correctly, our grandparents. Their era, they didn't have as much. Like they just enjoyed life.
It was simple back then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Simple.
Like,
but their choices made sense for their times.
Of course, yeah. But I think like just their era, everything was like so pure and real.
Yeah, but my grandparents hate each other, bro. Like, I see that shit display all the time.
Oh yeah.
She'd be like, "Yeah, fucking grandfather, like whatever." Farted last night. We were asleep, and I almost fucking smothered him with the pillow. Like it's just like, but he
farted, bro. Put the gun like over her head. You smell, yo.
But I think they did it right, and I don't know. I hope to be like my grandparents. Not like, the toxicity in the relationship, obviously. But just like, they
didn't give up.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's and there's competition. I mean, I think at the end of the day with social media, unfortunately, you post a picture up, you get 200-300 likes. It depends on the type of picture. It could be a woman. And I'm guilty of this too, where she posts like a bikini pic, like, but she posts pics with clothes on. it's not that many likes.
Yeah.
But there's always there's always
into.
And then you post different shit too, like book pages or like something like quotes and shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, like. But I think it's just some people are used to certain things and that's what they attract. And other people are used to other things. That's what they attract. So I think when it comes to relationships, it's just
I'm gonna start liking more relationship pictures, bro. Because that's what I've been doing. I'll be looking at certain chicks that that I know of that used to be single, be on some wild shit, and they're in a relationship. Because they be posting like they used to post like booty pictures, mad provocative. Now they're in a relationship. I double tap on that relationship picture, like yes, please be happy. I don't want to see no more of your ass on my feed, please.
Be a saint, damn it.
Facts, but
word.
So what's your goal from here? What's next for you, Brandon King, after putting this book out and just seeing
By the way, if Netflix reached out for a movie deal, would you do it?
Yeah, we all know that.
I want to play myself for the podcast. I want to play myself. I think I'll do a great job. But what's next for you, man? What's the next goal?
What are you working on?
Yeah, what you working on?
So I also have a podcast myself. So my podcast is based around men.
Shout it out. What is
my
it?
podcast is No Losses, Silent Wins. With myself,
Shout out the homies. Shout out
and Rakesh and Ian Danquah. So again, it's a mental health type of podcast. Again, we talk about as men deal with our emotions and things that we go through as men. So you can look us up all platforms.
the IG,
yeah, so my IG Brandon_King with another N at the end. And then same thing with the podcast, No Losses, Silent Wins. But in regards to that, same thing, just growing the platform with the podcast. We're only like 30 episodes in, nothing crazy. We're not every week like you guys, but we're trying to catch up. We're not recording right now, but we're going to do that pretty soon.
Bro, we didn't start recording. We didn't start recording till like the 70-something episode, bro. Trust me, we were still trying to figure it out too. So you're
that was Lord Jeff fault because of that, because my camera couldn't handle it, bro. It handled like 30 minutes and died.
That was it.
Shit overheated. I'm like, fuck.
So that's on the list. In regards to it, I'm writing my second book right now. So my second book, of course, once you write one. I could. So my second book, it's called Mistakes Are Loud, Lessons Are Silent. Basically with that, last year, again with the pandemic, everything, I was in a relationship last year too. Really taught me a lot about just life and everything. And just, with mistakes, we learn loudly and lessons are learned silently, I always believe, where you kind of connect the dots. And it's a devotional book, so 365 days of me writing about lessons, tips, my mistakes. And again, just think about that one person that might read and grab and say, damn, I needed that. So just putting it out there, not really much of a story, but each page there's a message to be read. So it's kind of like your typical like self-care type of Instagram profile you might write, that you might follow, and you're just liking like quotes and stuff. So it's kind of like that. So it's a devotional, and at the end of each month I kind of have like a section dedicated to the reader where you can write your own lessons that you feel like you've learned, and then going out throughout the months, hopefully you don't repeat the same mistakes. But other than that, write my second book. But yeah, man, just growing, learning, being a beast. That's really it. I'm trying to think.
Do you have a date set yet for the release? So
December. So I would say my favorite number is 23. It's Michael Jordan. So I said December 23rd, but hopefully it'll be before then. But definitely December. It's in the editing process right now, but it's coming. So be on the lookout.
I like it.
That's dope, man.
I like it.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you, man.
I'm definitely copying that.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
But yeah, man, Brandon, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Because obviously, there's some kid out there watching this, listening to this, or an adult out there watching this or listening to this. Definitely gravitate to your story, and also at the same time, probably do some self-reflection like my man's over here to the right of me.
And tell, before he keeps going, tell him also what you think about your first book.
As far as
this one. Let them know if they don't
know
that you wrote a book.
Yeah, so again, you can buy it on lulu.com, LULU.com. It's on barsandnoble.com, Amazon, and actually found it in Walmart. So just type in Nothing But Happiness in Google, you'll find it by Brandon King.
Right here.
Or you can DM me on my Instagram, let me know. And then I hope you enjoy it. So appreciate all the support.
Facts. Great, man. That's great. All right, man. Let's get into some fuck shit, bro. All right, man. I think this conversation was very healthy as men. Yeah. Let's just get into some fuck shit now. Like, let's really get to it. Let's talk about some new music, man. Brandon, tell us what you listened to this weekend. I know there was a few drops this weekend. Did you listen to anything new this weekend?
Who would I listen to? Hold up. I just had my phone.
I'll tell you what I listened to. That Big Sean.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Sir.
Heard about that.
I didn't get to go through the whole thing, but he killed that intro.
The
that
intro,
second track was nuts.
Definitely different. He switched it up. The sound sounds different. I love it.
Still hungry, it looks like.
I listened to his new album. I like it. I'm a Big Sean fan for sure. This is funny because I don't really listen to all albums, even though I hate to say it, but Drake's my favorite artist. But
that's Mahmud's favorite artist.
hate to say it, but
Mahmud says he'll be album of the year.
What do you think about that? Actually, since you're a Drake fan,
Certified Lover Boy.
Keep it deep.
The first 8 of them,
you're lying. I already knew it. You're lying, bro. You can't do that.
But the last 8 to 12, was it 12 or whatever? Yeah. Straight fire. I mean, there's a couple songs to me when I think about it.
Brandon, we just had a great conversation, bro. Don't fuck this up, bro.
To me, Drake is just a club banger artist. Like, you're just gonna hear him on the radio and in the clubs. To me, he's not a rapper. He's just a hype man when I think about it. I don't consider him in any genre. But we've never heard Drake rap in a while. I don't want to put his projects in order though, but I like Certified Lover Boy. 8 out of 10. I give it a 9. 8.5.
Man, Brandon, that's a high number, my brother.
Yeah, I gave it a 9.
That's a high number, my brother.
Some songs,
get out.
What out of all his projects?
Yeah.
What's your favorite project that he's dropped?
I like Take Care.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's my favorite project.
I do like Take Care.
I think Take Care was definitely it was a moment in time.
Yeah.
You really have to understand when that album dropped, it was like a moment. I think everybody was depressed at that time.
Yeah,
everybody was definitely depressed at that time.
He used an algorithm.
Yeah, everybody was sad. Everybody was in a relationship or getting out of a relationship.
You played Marvin's Room.
Where's
my ice cream?
Let me get around that time. I think it was 19. I was drinking Bacardi, so I was on that Bacardi wave. I was drinking my Bacardi. Cups of I was sad. I was really fucking sad.
Ready to walk over to his ex. You know what? Let's get some
I remember one time I was listening. This is real story. I remember one time I was so fucked up. I was in my room crying, listening to that song, and I text my ex I hope he makes you happy. I miss you.
Yeah, picture that.
Bro, I was so in my bag, and I was living by myself at that time, and my boy comes in, he knocks on the door. He's like, "Bro, you all right?" I was like, "I don't know, man, but this song is doing something to me." But yeah, man, it was a great moment in time. But yeah, Big Sean album. I love that Bryson Tiller record, the one with Bryson Tiller.
Lil Durk.
That record goes hard.
I heard the Ed Sheeran album that dropped.
I didn't. Is it good?
How is it?
I've only gotten through maybe 3 tracks.
Okay.
It sounds good so far.
He has some good songs.
Yeah, I mean Ed Sheeran's he's a legend. He's a legend.
Definitely. So. What was his I mean, I don't know if it was his last album.
I think it was
the last album that also had a division sign. I think
it was Divide. I think it was called Divide.
Okay. What's this called? Equal.
So
the symbol. It's the symbol. Yeah.
Right. That was.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I like that album, and it's different because I mean I was never when he first came out. I mean I was never listening to his music like that, but that album, the blue cover, that's all I remember, and it was division sign. That was really good.
Yeah, I didn't get to listen to his album. I wanted to get to it, but I got too caught up on Big Sean's album.
He's like one of those individuals that are like Adele. Like you might listen to street music, but you might switch it up every now and then with these artists.
Nothing wrong with that.
Did you listen to that new Tiny record with Mike Towers and Camila Cabello?
No.
Bro, that record hard.
That
record hard. I played it in the car for Mahmud. It's called Oh Na Na. That record hard, bro. And that new I Know record.
I didn't listen to
hard,
that.
Bro.
Really?
That shit hard too, bro. And some good records that dropped this weekend, man. Some great records.
There's 2 records I really like. I don't know if they dropped recently, but it's Glass Animals, Heat Waves, and then S House, Love Tonight, but it's the David Guetta remix. Hard records.
I gotta listen to those. That record hard, man. You gotta listen to it.
I definitely gotta listen to it.
Mario also came out of like his little hiatus with Chris Brown.
Mhm.
That record hard,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, it was tough.
That record made me want to fuck, yo. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It made me want to make some sweet, sweet love.
Can you do the Mario challenge to it?
Oh, Mario,
Yeah.
yeah, don't worry.
Nah, chill. They ain't ready for that vibe, man.
That one I have to listen to it again.
Why, you ain't like it first listen around?
I think when I was listening to it, I wasn't focused.
Or you need and then listen to it?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
just wasn't I was going through a lot this week. Fucking had obviously the whole shit, and then I had to put in money into my car. So like that shit. Up until today, I wasn't really listening to music.
Being an adult is hard, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Being
so
an adult is hard, bro.
I was like, you know what? Instead of listening to Chris Brown, let me listen to a bunch of perreo. Fuck these. I'm on my heart broken, damn it.
This guy.
Nah, it's crazy.
Staying in that perreo lane.
Yeah.
J Balvin got into some controversy during the week.
Oh yeah, I don't know what my.
So just to give you guys a little bit of context, J Balvin was actually called out by the Afro Latinos for a music video that he put out, I think, to call Perrea. I don't know the name of the song.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, look it up. So in the video, he has two Afro Latinas chained as dogs.
No. One is him, and then the other one was like the featured artist, from what I saw, because it was like the I think it was a cover art that they were pissed about.
No, it was in the video.
Oh,
it was in the video. It's two Afro
okay, 'cause
Latinas chained up as dogs, and I guess it wasn't received well. Especially him being a white Latino man, having two Afro Latinas as pet dogs.
I'm sure it's been done before.
No, for sure.
During this time period, it's not the right move.
We live in a sensitive world, so doing things like that again, I think I don't know how that went over J Balvin's head. Knowing J Balvin he's very in tune with like
very conscious.
Yeah. I didn't see this.
Yeah. And they also so they're chained up as dogs, and they also have dog features like from makeup.
Oh wow.
So
what if it wasn't his idea? Because a lot of times when they do videos, it's
the producer.
Yeah, but I mean, I think also as an artist and knowing the huge impact and influence that you have as an artist, I would be like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, you gotta watch out.
Yeah, like I'm not doing this. I was like, you see my skin complexion, you see their skin complexion, you think this is gonna be received well? And I have one of my friends who is Colombian herself. She saw it and she's just like, this is not it. Like, how are you gonna do this? And then if you be surprised, like there's a lot of black Colombians in Colombia. Like there's a lot.
Yeah, from Cali.
Yeah, and they're beautiful women. But they're just misrepresented in this. And it's, I think, again, J Balvin being the huge megastar that he is and being so conscious of what's going on in the world right now, should have known better, even if it wasn't his idea.
I think he's one of those guys that are too nice. And he didn't want to impede on, the director's creative concept, whatever he was trying to get off.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to be the one to get the repercussions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like, I did see that he made a video, obviously apologizing. He did take the video down because I didn't even know that the video. I thought it was always about the actual artwork. I was like, oh damn, like, so it's definitely bigger than what I had thought.
I hope they don't cancel him. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't seem like they're heading towards a cancellation of him, but he's definitely getting a lot of backlash for that. And again, it's a white Latino male, man. White Latino male. That's all I gotta say, man. You should know better. You should know better because you're a pop star. You're a mega star.
Horrible aesthetic.
Yeah. Because like, perra in English translated is
it's like literally dog,
bitch.
right? Oh, okay.
But it could also be female dog. So, it doesn't look good at all. Just because I thought the whole time it was perreo or. I don't know what I don't know what I thought the track was, but I didn't know it was that bad. Well, I'm like, wow.
That's a huge L for
that's really
my
bad.
mans.
Yeah. And then like obviously in Colombia he's like loved so much.
Yeah.
To do that, and he knows how it is that it's not just people my skin complexion. There are people his skin complexion a little darker, and then you might think they're not Colombian, but they are.
Mm.
So
I don't want to be disrespectful, but I would have expected this more from maybe a Bad Bunny. I didn't expect it from J Balvin because he's a conscious type. Even his house is.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We don't know what could have happened.
Bro, Bad Bunny dressed up as a female.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
He went off.
I feel like what you were saying. Maybe it could have been the director, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody definitely had more of a say than he did, but he should have definitely, if he was against it, which I definitely feel like he was,
Should have
he
put
should
his
just
foot
voiced
down,
it.
right?
Yeah, he should have voiced it and just been like, you know what, I don't think this is a good idea. And it's like, that's fine if I we have to change up the concept. I have to write a whole new song, whatever.
Yeah.
I just feel like, he should have definitely put his foot down.
Yeah, it was not a good look, man. Damn, Jose.
Oh, it's the Jose part. That's why.
Yeah.
Damn, Jose. I was kidding.
But yeah, man. You guys have any other topics you want to speak on? I know there was a few other things that we spoke about before the pod.
I know you had some.
The one topic that we didn't cover, which was Jin Kid.
Okay.
Up and coming comedian, impersonator. He impersonates Scarface, 6ix9ine. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger also. I'm not sure, but a couple other individuals, right? Very successful, very funny guy. If you follow him, he's lighthearted. He's Muslim on top of that. So just a good guy all around. You wouldn't expect the incident that happened for him to be the one that did it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was married to this girl, right? He ended up finding out that she was cheating. And the way he found out is through his daughter's iPad. He installed an app on there to snoop in on, and through audio to snoop in and hear conversations, to hear what's going on. And he found out who the guy was. He ran up on them and shot her, I think, in the forehead. And then shot him as well. I think she died. I don't know if he died.
No, yeah, they both died. Yeah.
They both died?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Killed them.
now he was crying behind like the...
Yeah, the glass. Yeah, I saw that.
But I mean...
He had a mental breakdown and...
But weren't in the midst of divorce? Isn't that what they said in the article?
I think they were trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't think everything was...
Okay, so let me
squared off yet.
This goes back to the conversation that we had earlier. Having, rebounds. It happens. When you're going through a break or breakup, it happens.
And when there's a kid involved, it gets more complicated.
Yes, but I don't
More
think it had
emotions
anything to do
involved.
with the kid. Because if it had everything to do with the kid, he wouldn't have done that.
Word. So I was
Because
reading,
now he lost both parents.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you
I
get my
think he
back.
felt a way about her cheating in front of the kid.
Yeah,
I think that can do something to a man emotionally.
facts. Well, I was gonna speak about that. I think so cheating. I mean, I've been cheated on, unfortunately.
Me too.
But
Fuck you, bitch.
I think in this day and age with Instagram...
yeah, it's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
they said cheating is for a female. It's always gonna be emotional, and
Yeah.
for men, it's gonna be physical. Like I don't know, they just get tired, whatever the case may be. But for women, it's an emotional reason. So there's probably something emotional that he didn't do. But him being a TikTok star and comedian, all that, like she probably didn't get what she deserved, and it's unfortunate. I think the fact that he had to go through all that, he should have known like something was up. Like you gotta install something in your daughter's iPad.
Some shit like that.
Yeah,
That's
you
like,
you
bro,
gotta
you're
know.
definitely going
Bro, this
down.
man has the audacity to be like, nah, she's for the streets. How do you know she's for the streets, bro? Like,
No, because
this man.
it seemed like she was hiding the situation.
But I mean, even if she is, like, after a breakup, you're gonna hide anything.
Yeah,
The thing is, we don't know if they
You don't
broke
wanna-
up.
you
Yeah,
don't
well, I mean,
wanna-
we
you
don't know.
hurt
We-
anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
hide it.
Yeah, but I mean, I know we're never gonna know. It's only gonna be assumptions because obviously, again, may they rest in peace. They're not here. They're gone. So
Yeah.
they can't even tell their side of the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's up to speculation and assumption. But at the end of the day, again, like I said, yeah, we all do dumb shit and blind rage, and when we're in love, and we, I get it. And I've done some shit,
Yeah.
curse bitches out. I mean,
And when you have a little more money in your pockets, when you're young, it's even more explosive.
yeah. But
Yeah.
again, at the end of the day, like I said, it's like he said, females cheat emotionally. We as men, we cheat physically. And I agree 100%. He was probably just not there.
Yeah.
Not there. And sometimes,
That's what I'm saying. Like when he was crying and having that mental breakdown, he probably just woke up.
yeah, I mean, but,
You know
but
what I
at the end of the day, it's
It's always
like
last minute though
Yeah.
when it happens.
the way
Now
I
he's
see
gonna
it.
be in prison for the rest of his life.
The way I
That's
see
crazy.
it is, if you really cared so much about your relationship and your child and trying to make things work, you would have thought about the child instead of yourself, because now the child lost both parents.
Facts.
Yeah.
So now this poor child is gonna grow up knowing that mommy's dead, dad's in jail. Why is dad in jail? Dad killed mommy.
She gonna fuck him.
Yeah.
And that's a
Fucked
lot
up,
of
yeah.
again, it goes back. It's a lot of trauma now.
All the way around.
That's a lot of trauma, and that's gonna be a lot of therapy
Because
for
that's
that kid.
still somebody's daughter, somebody's son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of therapy right there.
What?
Yeah.
And they haven't like. Did he say anything to like what he was thinking, what he was feeling?
I mean, he put a post up and he was saying he's going through a lot of things, et cetera, et cetera. So there was some turmoil there. But earlier in that month, I believe he posted a video with her, like with him on her lap. So it seemed like they were together at that point. So I don't know.
But again, Instagram's all highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you're
all-
not gonna post the bad shit on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's cool. Like like I could probably post a picture of me
But it
sitting on
seemed
Carbs
less-
lab. It doesn't mean that I'm happy.
I'm not vouching for him,
Maybe
but
he's happy.
I mean, it seemed less like they broke apart and then she went and had a relationship. It seemed more like they were still together, still trying to work it out, and she did some dirt behind his back. So that's probably what pushed him to go ahead and kill
So
her.
that definitely goes back.
I'm not
to,
justifying anything.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
So that
Nah.
definitely goes back to communications. Very
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
And
very
again,
big.
it also goes back to he needed therapy. He's
Yeah.
a man, should express his emotions.
Facts.
But what do you feel about partners not establishing the breakup?
It's toxic. If you're not
Yeah, yeah.
establishing it, it's toxic.
Yeah.
Because then it leads to I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want then.
And I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Shit's a
you gotta
game.
establish either we're together or we're not together.
Right. Right.
That's
That's
it.
very important.
Now, if we're not together, cool. You do you, I do me. Maybe we'll still fool around, because I think it happens even after a breakup. You still fool around with your ex, and that's just me being honest.
Yeah.
You still fool around with your ex even after a breakup.
Because you're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, not even try to figure it out. It's just like that's what you're used to.
Human nature. Right?
Yeah. So again, it's therapy.
Facts.
Therapy. It's needed, man.
I think that shit's crazy though.
It's a tragic
It's
situation.
like this is a new story to me. I didn't even hear about this, which is crazy.
But this guy is a genuinely nice guy. I mean, I understand Instagram, it could be a lie the entire way through. But he comes off like just a genuinely nice
It
guy.
just goes to show what people deal with, the demons they deal with.
Yeah,
You
they
know, it's-
hide it until, like I said,
Yeah, builds up.
I mean, some of the happy people, the happiest people are sometimes the most miserable people, man.
Facts.
And we all have our triggers.
Yeah.
Right.
I have my triggers.
Right.
I definitely do. But those are my triggers.
Right.
I've learned to control my triggers.
Plus, when I think about it too, especially speaking of that, I think triggers are your teachers too. And I also think about it too, like if you could trigger me and you cause an emotion out of me, like you have power over me. Like if you slap the shit out of me
Yeah.
and I get mad, that means you want.
That would choke you out. Son, now imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah, chill, yo.
RKO.
Yeah.
No, but it just shows like you have power over me. But if I didn't do nothing, then I win. And that's why I feel like I think at the end of the day, it's just picking and choosing your battles at the end of the day and just being wise. Because, of course, there's some shit we just know we can control, and there's other things we can't. But at the end of the day, it's just being smart. Because I think there's always repercussions for something that we do,
Right.
good and bad. And it's just unfortunate when things happen like that.
And the dynamics are completely different when, let's say, you're worth $1 million and somebody comes and slaps you. It's like, whoa, where's the respect? You might do something more drastic because you have $1 million. You might,
No, yeah.
you might have a gun on you. You might.
Oh, yeah, it's a different story. Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
the
that
blicky
shit's
in you.
wild, yeah.
And then imagine your first lesson being murder. You murder somebody. That's insane.
It's crazy, man, what you could do when you're in love, man. But again, I wouldn't.
Speaking, I don't want that Will and Jada type relationship
Yeah,
either.
bro.
That's
shit's
another one.
funny.
See, some people consider that
That's
a
another
positive relationship because they're open about things.
Bro,
But
nah.
So why-
it's perspective.
Why
man.
Why they keep doing my boy Will like that?
She killing him right now.
Bro, my boy Will doesn't get a break, yo.
And he had he says documentary right now. He said contemplated suicide. I was
Yeah.
shocked when I heard
I'm
that.
excited for that
Yeah.
what is it, docu-series? Or
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
gonna be on YouTube. Yeah.
So I'm excited for that because, again, I'm a big Will Smith fan, so I'm excited to
I
see
was
that.
shocked.
And he's so positive.
Yeah.
Again, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you got all that wisdom, you know he going through shit. Because the way he speaks, I'm like, yeah, he going through something. Because even people that have wisdom, it's just they learn.
Just to play the devil's advocate.
Here we go with this bullshit.
Let's say they were in an open relationship.
I heard they
Which
were.
everything
they
it's
were,
always
yeah.
been speculated.
Yeah,
Right.
they were.
Okay, so the first guy, let's say she slept with was August Alsina.
Beat the
And this
Goonies.
guy goes ahead and talks, right? Will's entire lineup doesn't speak. And let's say his lineup is like Halle Berry, the top models you can name, the top actresses, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
She's
Yes.
so bad.
See, all of them
Harley
are bad. And they're not saying anything.
Mm.
Her first guy speaks. She gonna feel bitter, like, man, he blew my spout out,
Yeah.
and now
Now I gotta deal with this bullshit.
and I got to be careful with every new person I come in contact with.
Well, he's
So-
a man. He's quiet. So he probably did do something. He just quiet. She's a woman, so she's going to speak up about it.
Maybe she's bitter about something.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe she's bitter that his lineup has been going well and she kind of fucked her shit up.
Yeah.
She an entanglement.
The
Yeah,
entanglement,
bro.
bro. That was the
When he
funniest
started
shit
that
ever,
bullshit,
bro.
I was like, oh Jesus, here we go. Something females are gonna start using. Great.
Not word.
Man, it is what it is, man.
Situationship.
Anyway, you guys have any more topics? No?
Mhm.
All right. Well, again, Brandon, thank you so much for
Appreciate
stopping
it,
by
man.
today, man. I
Yeah,
wish
man.
Era was here for this
Yeah.
conversation. You know, he has a lot of energy pent up and needs to speak on it. But
All good. Appreciate
You know,
the time.
again, happy Halloween to everybody. Make sure that you guys are safe. Happy birthday to me. I turned 30.
Happy
You know,
birthday,
what,
bro.
in 5
Happy
hours?
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned
Yeah.
30 in 5 hours.
5
Monday,
hours and
November
9
1st,
minutes.
my birthday. I turned
Nice.
30. Welcome to the 30-30 Club.
30.
But yeah, man, Brandon, thank you for stopping by. If you want to link everybody again with your socials, where they can get your book, please.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So Nothing But Happiness again. You can check online. Just go on Nothing But Happiness on Google. You'll see the links on Lulu, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. My Instagram is Brandon with another N at the end _King. And again, my podcast, No Losses, Silent Wins.
Make sure to go check Brandon's podcast out, please. It's super dope. Speaking on a lot of emotions. We spoke on a lot of emotions today.
Yeah, dope.
Make sure to go cop his book. Great read, as far as I'm hearing. Might have to cop myself one I need to read. I have a lot of books that I'm yet to read that are just chilling,
Still
aka
got me
supermarket,
waiting.
still
Yes, I'm
collecting
fucking
dust.
waiting over here, motherfucker.
But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, thank you to all 45 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. Podcast will be up on Tuesday. The audio will be up on Tuesday. Video will be up on Wednesday. Again, thank you so much. I am Papijohnson, Carbs, Brandon, Mahmud in the background, and shout out to Era. Hopefully he's back next episode.
He's here in spirit.
Yes, he is. And again, thank you so much. Bodega Babiez podcast, episode 109. We are out.